What's up, everybody? It's your boy Keefy of GhostCultMag.com. I am back once again with a very special live stream on this Monday in spooky season October. I hope everybody's good out there and had a great weekend, a great and safe weekend. Looks like a lot of people are joining up across the web. I am super stoked today, and you know why that is? Because I love music festivals, specifically metal music festivals, and we're here to talk about the Mojave Experience taking place in March of 2026. Today, we partner up with the festival to make this announcement. We shared the news recently of their first band announcements, and today I am here to give you the next two bands on this epic lineup, and I am so honored to help support this fest because it's close to home. Ghost Cult was founded in the Netherlands in 2012 to cover metal festivals, and we covered the original Desert Fests and Incubate Festival and Roadburn. And then I came in here. We just turned 13 last week, and we built this thing into a monster, which I'm really proud of. Shout out to my partner, Omar Cordy, and all our staff all over the world doing the good work here to support rock and metal wherever we can. So we are here, and I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in. What's up, Pat Salerno? Good to see you, brother. Upgrade next door, former Ghost Cult friend and interviewee, and appreciate the merch drop we did with y'all way back during the plague years. But yeah, I'm here. I'm hanging out. The best experience for this. If you're new here, please give us a like and a sub. If you're new here, the best experience for the show is YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We're on Instagram on a couple of accounts, and I'm also hanging out on TikTok just in case y'all want to watch. And I probably will. This will live as a podcast and a website post and other things this afternoon. But in the meantime, I wanted to just jam on it and share the good news with you all. So I have prepared, as usual, a little visual aid here. I'm going to boom, goes the dynamite. There it is up in the top corner. And, you know, for those that don't know, again, not only do we cover the gamut of rock music and metal music and other things and outsider avant-garde music, I love stoner rock and stoner doom and psychedelic rock. This is my home. In terms of music, is my home base beside, you know, the other things I grew up on, like thrash and punk and things. So I really love what this festival is doing. What's up, Chase? Yeah, we cover a lot of death metal, buddy. But today we're here to reveal some bands for the Mojave Experience lineup. So normally I do a lot of Q&A. There's a tip menu in the description. If you feel so generous and you want to give us a tip, that's cool. If not, that's also cool. We still do everything we do all the same, hardcore all the way. And yeah, I'm really excited to talk about this. We got a lot of people joining in on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And I really appreciate everybody who's tuning in. And if you watch this on the replay, you can check it out then. So already the Mojave Experience has, they did their first band announcements. And Earthless and Dead Meadow are two bands that I absolutely love, and I'll talk about them in a minute too, right before I reveal the two new bands. And I really appreciate all the support. They made these cool graphics. We've been kind of posting about it all weekend in different places in our community. And if you're watching on YouTube, also feel free to drop us a super thanks or a super like. Anything helps. We really appreciate it. Otherwise, just check us out with a like and a follow, and check us out at GhostCultMag.com, where we do 7 days a week music coverage. We never take a day off. Yeah. I don't have the answer for that, Chase, but definitely DM the Mojave Experience, and we're going to share all their links in the description as well, where you can get tickets and also hit up their socials. Maybe they're still looking for bands. I am unaware. Just some housekeeping. I'm here multiple times a week doing live streams. We run our video interviews multiple times a week on our YouTube and our podcasts. I will be back Thursday afternoon with my weekly recap show, which I will again talk about this topic. But we do a weekly recap show every Thursday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in America. And yeah, definitely. Jimmy says, yep, true desert experience. Yeah, I'm going to talk a bit about that. Absolutely Drunk with Bud's Pod is here. Karina's here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is epic. I'm so thankful. And there's our tip menu. And again, if you want to pause it on the Cash App and hit us up, I appreciate it. If not, no big deal. We are not corporate back. So Mojave Experience, look at this gorgeous poster. Really, this festival was founded kind of on the guiding principles kind of like the way this genre evolved in American music. you know, Patrick Brink, who is the former vocalist for Fu Manchu, has the and the band Volume is doing this festival March 20th and 21st in Joshua Tree, California. I'm going to see where my life is at. I might go cover it. I might go do some extensive work there. We shall see. I am in Northern California, where some of these bands are also from, and we are super stoked that the original co-headliners were announced right off the bat. I think that's enough of a draw, personally, to get a lot of stoner and metal fans to go. Earthless, one of the greatest live bands going, and Dead Meadow. These are two legend status bands who put on phenomenal concerts. We have been lucky enough to cover them all over the world. And this is going to take place in Joshua Tree, California, and campground. Attendees are encouraged to make use of the camping and hiking and rock climbing in the area while taking in the vast beauty of the region. It's not just a backdrop, it's the raw, unfiltered stage where art and chaos collide. I love these lines from the press release and really calls back the spirit. What's up, Skull Bashers here? The spirit of these shows, that's kind of the scene the American scene came from, really is these generator shows out in the desert. Other festivals have copied this idea. And there have been some great stoner doom and psychedelic rock festivals in the USA. But this might be the next great one, the way it's shaping up, I have to say. I had some prior intel of some of this stuff that was coming down, and I'm just blown away by these first four bands that have been announced. And you should be too, because if you love this genre, we need to come out and support these bands and go to festivals and concerts and buy merch and buy stuff when they're not on tour also, because this is the environment we're in. Touring is very expensive now. So Dead Meadow here, seen at Desert Fest New York back in the day. This is a photo from our own Dante Torrieri, Useless Rebel Imaging. Dante goes all over the world to cover festivals for us. He was just at Fire in the Mountains in Montana. He did part of our Road Burn coverage this April. And yeah, man, Dead Meadow is just an incredible band, and I'm such a huge fan. It's so killer. And of course, Earthless with their Liquid Light shows, and Isaiah Mitchell and their whole band. And really, we've interviewed them a few times. Isaiah, of course, plays with Black Crowes, and one of the best guitarists going. If you just worship riffs and guitar, you need to, get down with that band. Earthless is incredible, mostly instrumental, and just visually stunning, which I'm always a huge fan of. And so, yeah, let's, without further ado, the next two bands on the Mojave Experience are, dramatic pause, John Garcia. John Garcia is the legendary lead singer, formerly of Caius and Unita and Slow Burn, and his vast solo catalog. John is incredible, and he's been doing a tour where he really is celebrating his entire body of work. So this is kind of like, if you have a chance to catch this act, you need to go. He's got a killer band behind him now. John is really one of the preeminent voices of metal, in my opinion, in stoner doom. And he was really one of the first guys not trying to sound like either Ozzy or Dio or Robert Plant. He was just being himself, gritty, soulful, expressive, and, really stunning. And again, obviously, his set list will feature stuff from across his career. And we don't have Caius anymore. I'm always bummed that Caius Lives didn't get a chance to kind of become its own differently named band that could have done the Caius music and originals. I actually photographed Caius Lives about 13, 14 years ago when they were doing that. Kmar, I will check out your stuff. DM me any links to your music, and I will check it out. So that's the first new band on the lineup. So now you've got three. And the fourth is humongous. This is not an understatement. One of the most important bands of all time. And I know I just talked about Caius, who's one of the most important heavy bands of all time. But Acid King, man, Acid King is the fourth new band on this lineup, and or the second announced today by me at Mojave Experience. And Acid King is just stunning and phenomenal. I love Lori. She's here in the Bay Area. I see the band whenever they play, whenever I can. And I have the whole Acid King discography on vinyl. Is one of my favorite things. You see like a pile behind me of my vinyl there to put up in my Discogs. But yeah, just if you love doom metal, Acid King is one of the premier bands. They were kind of inactive for a while, but now that they've been back with a new record, very recently. This is tremendous. They're doing minimal touring, but this festival will be one of the highlights of the weekend. Like this festival and the performance of Acid King is going to be tremendous. And again, they always put on a stellar show, and they have just a cooking lineup now behind Lori, and just what a tremendous band. I've seen some great shows recently. I saw the Sword Reunion play all the Warp Riders. I saw Baroness do Red and Blue. I'm going to Bottom of the Hill for a few doom rock and stoner rock shows and occult rock bands. But yeah, this is going to be already kind of an early signpost of what's looking like a very great year for American metal and metal festivals next year. I'm really excited about this, probably more than I have been in a long time about anything. Ghost Cult covers a lot of festivals. We just did Shaky Knees Fest, which is a little more commercial and a little bit more eclectic, but this is going to be phenomenal. And we have all the details in the description, all the links where you can buy. I believe early bird tickets went on sale about 10 days ago. Just looking at the link here in our post, it looks phenomenal. It looks like a real lot of fun. There have been some similar things that have happened, but Friday and Saturday, March 20th and 21st, Yucca Valley on Friday at Mojave Gold, Joshua Tree Lake and Campground on the 21st. The poster is by Matt J. Adams Art. I hope I said that correctly. And yeah, just absolutely phenomenal. I'm really excited to see the rest of the lineup. I really appreciate partnering with them to share this today, and I appreciate all of you for watching. Check out the links in the description. I was thinking about this just for a last little bit here. I feel like this is the anti-Coachella. Real metal fans, real music fans, real psychedelic rock fans, real doom fans want to get out there and just have an experience and have a great time. And it's not some corporate, horrible, overpriced bullshit. You're actually going to be supporting this independent outlet, underground bands, artists, creators, and fellow like-minded crazies like yourself. We're going to all be heshers out in the desert and enjoy this weekend. So I highly recommend this. This looks amazing. I'm so stoked just on these first 4 bands. Cannot wait for the rest of the lineup to be revealed. Check everything out at mojaveexperience.net. Thank you for watching. I'm Keefy at Ghost Cult Man. One more time, please like and subscribe if you're new here and you enjoy what we do. There's a lot of this happening all the time. Thanks so much, and I'm out. Peace.